And anytime there is a transition, I have found that people go through 3 stages. They start with resistance. They don't like it. I don't like it. I don't know why I don't like it. I just don't like it. Then they transition to a stage of tolerance. Well, it's not that bad. I still don't like it, but it's not that bad. I can deal with it. And then hopefully they transition into a stage of acceptance where they've adopted it and they owned it. What I try to do is get the first 2 phases as short as possible. There's always going to be a resistance. There's always going to be a tolerance. Let's just all get to the 3rd stage of accepting it. And how do we get them from resistance to and tolerance to acceptance? I think the one word that comes to my mind is, Carrie Nieuwhof talks about this a lot, that make sure they know the why. If they know the why, they can deal with the what. The why is the big question. The why are we changing our music? Why are we changing our building? Why are we changing our name? Why are we fill in the gap? And if you have clarity as a leader on the why, then the people who you lead will be more likely to follow you through any what, because you know the why. And that's the job of the leader. And one of the things I learned is that we as leaders, if we are where we are, it's partly because we live with a high level of clarity. We know the why. We know the good that's going to come after the dip. We can see it because God has given us as leaders the ability to see this is for the better. But we have to remember that a bunch of people in our church don't have that kind of clarity. They live in ambiguity. And when people live in ambiguity, they live with frustration. I don't know the why. So therefore, I'm going to assume we made a mistake. When in reality, the leader knows, no, this is going to be better. But these people don't know that. So what's the job of the leader to do? To communicate abundantly and clearly and regularly, preach it and teach it and talk about it till we are so tired of talking about it. And it's at that moment when we are almost dying from talking about it so much that they start to finally get it.